So what's going on, dude? Catch us up.
Yeah, bud. Been a little sick lately, the last couple days. It's fucking lame. And then but good things. Good things are happening. Yeah, I mentioned you got our first investor for Value Mentality,
It's
our
big.
friend of the podcast, TJ. Um, who, yeah, he's a baller, lawyer, he's worked in politics. Knows a lot of people and stuff in Dallas. So excited to have an excuse to do business with some buddies of mine that are super experienced and knowledgeable about business, and now they get to maybe have a little skin in the game in something creative.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
so are you looking at do you have like a target date for getting the
yeah.
financing or
Yeah. July. By the way, have I sent you the business plan yet?
no?
I want to see your first impression. I'm going to send it to you now.
Cool.
Um, Because randomly, it's funny. I did a business plan when we first started the brand. Everyone was like, "You got to have a business plan. You got to have a business plan." And in my opinion, they were wrong at first. It just kind of stifled getting started. You kind of, it depends on the people, but I'd almost recommend you just get started first, and then but now the business plan is something that really, now that we've kind of proven the creative,
Hmm.
it's like kind of fantastic to have something that now I know what we're working with, we can kind of tap into and be guided by. And it's great to talk real business with people that want to be a part of it now that
Yeah.
proof of concept is already kind of mapped out. One
Dude.
second. You get it? Did you get
Yes.
the business plan yet?
Yes.
See it. Let's hear it. What's the first impression?
So right now I'm looking at Duke's business plan for all you listeners out there. Um, I really like how it's laid out. I like the graphics. It's very visually appealing. Did you put this thing together?
I had help, but yeah,
It looks great, dude.
thank you. Give me more. Give me more.
Bro, I mean I like it. I think it's everything here, like the coloring, the way it's laid out, just everything is there, bro. The projections,
I was getting deep into it.
reasons to invest. Yeah, dude, I think this is great. I think it's just enough too. It doesn't feel like it's something like it doesn't feel like it's too little, and also it doesn't feel too like kind of numbersy. And you know,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
really like it, man. I think you tied something together really nice. Have you sent that out to a bunch of people yet? Or are you about to?
Sent it out to, no, not that many people. I'm gonna have a meeting with a great dude who's a VC in tech soon.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have a meeting with another guy. Yeah, I've sent it to a couple of people.
Cool,
Uh,
man.
yeah, it's a type of thing. I mean, my dad got really psyched when he saw it, and TJ, I sent it to him to just like get his thoughts on it, and afterwards he was like, by the way, like if you're looking for investors, I'm down. After seeing it, so I think, and already I'm talking with Tanner and Jordan. And originally I was like, do we hold off on this spending until we get to a certain marker? But
Hmm.
I'm thinking, no, we already, and I asked ChatGPT about this, but
Right.
we already have stuff to spend it on according to the plan. We're going to do money on Meta ads, and then we're going to launch this product that we've been teasing for a while, this sweatsuit, and we're gonna do a photo shoot for that, and we're gonna get back to the short films. And people have DM'd us saying they literally want that short film series of Tanner and everything. They want it as like a whole like TV show style.
Nice.
So we're about to pop.
Dude, sick.
Thank you. I don't know, buddy. Just take it all in. Just relish it.
I'm excited for you, man. And then on the acting front, what's the latest? Do you want to share kind of what's been going
Uh,
on?
Thanks, man. Um, I think, I did that big audition, biggest audition of my life for my uncle's TV show.
Right.
Gotta love nepotism. I got in the room for a big new Apple TV show and for a big part reoccurring on a 10 episode series, and it was the best part I've ever auditioned for, and it was exciting to even just do my best on something like that.
Right.
And to even ask my uncle, who's been on our podcast here, about it. Uh, and did it. Had a great meeting with the casting director, Avi Kaufman, who's a legendary casting director we spoke about. Um, there's all these gestures that make me feel like I was getting closer. They asked for my reel, all this stuff, and but I felt like I knocked the audition and the self tape out of the park. Um, Ultimately, my uncle let me down easy, saying that they went they got down to two people that were more established actors than I was,
Hmm.
um, which is like obviously a bummer. I did feel like I kind of unrealistically thought I had a real chance at it,
Hmm.
but and the bummer is more that I'm thinking like, damn, if they want to go with more established actors, like what can I do to get more established? It's be on network shows, which you can only get if you're more established. Or obviously the caveat is if you slip through the cracks because you're so good or so famous or successful or something that they can't turn you away.
Right.
Um, so that is annoying in the slightest, but first things first, in those situations, handling the defeat is something that you gotta get good at. And I relate it to, it's funny, I was watching like a surf contest today, the biggest one
Hmm.
in the world. It's three surfers in a heat. The top two are like the best surfers in the world, and the third guy is like one of the best, but he's not really in the same conversation. And he got one wave that was amazing, incredible. He just blew up and blew my expectations, everything. And he knew he probably had to surf out of his skin in order to compete with these guys.
Hmm.
He did it, but his score on the one wave, sorry, this is long-winded, but his score on the one wave was not that great. And what that signals to me, it translates to what I did, which is if you're gonna get the big job, if you're gonna beat the best, you gotta just obliterate it.
Mm.
And what happened with him is, yeah, he didn't really get the win over the big guys, even though he did amazing. But with successful people, they don't get discouraged by that for long, or they might for a little, they might, but like a kid feels that, like my first instinct when that happens, like I did great, is I'm like, well, that was all I got. I'm out. And then for successful people, that happens. You get knocked down after doing your best, and then you figure out, well, I'm in it to win it. How do I do even better next time? And how do I make this a lifestyle? How do I become more consistent?
Right.
And so that surfer will have to do that if he wants to be there or or not. But if you're gonna make it and be one of the best in the world or
Hmm.
successful at something, it's you have no other choice.
Yeah,
So
man. That's a
yeah,
good point.
yeah.
Yeah, that in between zone, it's just a matter of like clearing that, getting to that other side.
Success is a lifestyle, bro.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's my piece. I'm in the acting class. I don't know if I'm gonna go tomorrow night because been under the weather, but uh,
And that's going well.
it's going really good, dude. I've been talking a lot about myself, but last week I will say, not to get too boring into the technique, but the big thing about this acting class is it's a small class, you work a lot, and I actually am into trying to make my work deeper with this. I have nothing left to prove anymore. I'm just like, how much can I make my acting performances better?
Right.
And um, with this class, they really try to get into, okay, how can you make the scene, the character pop? It's really, they like to go into creating this intense backstory that everything that's discussed on the page feels visual. And that as an actor, you have to actually visually see everything and like have a story to it, like have gone through the story in your own mind of like, and I've been trying to do that each week. And I do it. I'm never the best at it, but it's like going through this what's talked about. Like if your character says like, "Oh, my father was the same way," and because of that, I'd never like patterns. And well, if your father was the same way, what did that really mean? And you have
Right.
to come. It's like you become a writer for a second, and you have to like write out the story when you're a kid of, well, what did the character's dad do to him that was so tough? And I'm always a little vague with it for myself, and I feel like that's enough as long as you contextually understand what you're saying with the lines. But last week I did the scene, and after the first go at doing the scene, the teacher, who's a substitute teacher, she's great. She she's like, so you're new to this class. I'm gonna go through like the backstory with you. I'm gonna like make it up. And so I kind of like shut my eyes, did a little like meditation, voodoo, whatever. And she like walked me through a moment. She's like, just stay with me. And she's like, all right, you're 6 years old. And your dad, this happens, then this happens. She got so detailed with it. She's really good at walking me through it. And I just did my best to like be receptive and go through it with her and definitely felt every little thing pretty damn good. It's just like if you're in like a meditation class or something like that. And then after that, I did the scene again, and I wasn't trying to like hold on to any of the feelings or anything like that. And I don't even know if it played that much better if it came through, but I think that's definitely a direction. Now that I've done it with the teacher, there's no other choice. If I'm trying to knock it out of the park, go 10 out of 10, I got to be able to go through that backstory and through the whole visual of what the scene's talking about with
Right.
myself. Like no matter what, I got to. And you know who said that they did that technique especially is the guy who played Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones.
Hmm.
That actor, he said he likes to everything that the character talks about and has gone through, he likes to literally write it out for himself, a play by play, like in his mind of, well, what was that like when at the Battle of Anishmore and what was this like and everything. He gets in the character's point of view for like all of it. And I told that to I remember my stepmom, Eileen, one time. I was like, "Oh, isn't that cool that he does that?" And she rightfully so. She's like, Sounds great, but that'd take a lot of time, a lot of work."
Right.
And which is fair enough, but it's something that right now for myself, if I'm really trying to go 10 out of 10, I think that's an area to really lean into, and uh, it's just a good aspect of it.
That's cool, man. It's cool like getting deeper into your process and just kind of like what works for you.
Yeah, yeah, thanks.
That's sick. Cool,
Not
man.
bad. What, dude? Tell me about yourself. What's gone down with making the movie in the last week?
It's just moving things forward, man. It's a lot of moving parts. And I'll probably have to cut this one off early too, just because I got so much shit going
Yeah,
on. But
yeah.
um it's like we're basically locking locations, locking casting, uh all those final pieces, buying wardrobe, pricing out props, uh finalizing schedule. So it's just a lot of like moving things. We got basically 5 weeks until production, so it's coming up quick. But everything's good. It's just staying on top of everything.
Do you have a line producer?
No, that's me.
Wow. Who's
Yeah.
your, do you have like a AD?
That's autumn.
Okay. So are you talking with anyone like while you're making these decisions?
It's pretty much I'm talking to my DP and then also Autumn. That's the mains, and I've got a couple great PAs too. But it's definitely Skeleton Crew.
Well, that's interesting. You got PAs and you have a DP that sounds like maybe he's wearing more hats than one, sort of.
No, he's I mean he's doing an incredible job and he's like my favorite DP. And he has like a whole he has his own crew. But at least in these early stages, yeah, it's just him and me. Like we went on a location scout yesterday and looked at some spots. But yeah, no, he's got his team of like five guys that he likes. So
Have
guys and
you
gals.
have you locked in any locations yet?
Uh, not completely. We're probably gonna lock everything at like the end of the week. So
Nice. What else? Any other notes from the front lines?
no, man, that's pretty much it. It's just tying everything up. Autumn's good at being like detail oriented, and so she's keeping us on track with like, did you hit this? Did you get this? Outreach to this person. Um,
What type
but
of stuff? What type of detail? Give us some details. People want to know about making a
Well,
movie.
it's mostly like I said, like locations are big, the schedule, the budget. Um these things are kind of like a location might be like 60% of the way there, but then it doesn't have this one. Like we need three bedrooms for this one thing. You know what I mean? Like so it's just kind of uh blasting out a lot of stuff. Same thing with casting too. There might be someone who's like right for a role, maybe like 80% of the way there or something, but not good for a particular moment. So it's just kind of it's wading through like the volume of stuff to get the best fits, you know?
It's wild. Even to hear that, it's interesting. I wonder what they were talking about me with the that audition I went up for. Well, he's
Really.
80% of the way there, but for that moment, I just don't know if he's the the right casting type.
The name thing is a consideration too. I get their POV on that. So
Yeah, one way or the other, it could definitely be a hindrance or a helpful thing.
yeah, yeah. But dude, I'll keep you posted as it continues to move along. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
stoked for
think
you too with these different ventures you got going on uh and the class and hopefully like the next audition is going to be the one. But it seems like you're rounding like third base on a lot of these. So,
thanks. I this I did get on my own, so it's like it's figuring out how to get into more of these rooms.
right.
Um,
And you'll get there, man.
I'll get that for sure. But I'm just saying people like to hear these notes, about the filmmaking process, and not just that it's
100%.
what it
And
is.
I'll have more specifics too. Definitely next week. This week is a lot about like just wading through the volume and locking some of those things in. Once we're like a month out, we're gonna be in much better shape. It's just now it's like kind of there's like so much going on that it's just kind of
Now it's
it's like
the setup more.
yeah, it's just like organizing all the things that we have to do and making sure that nothing falls through the cracks. So,
Cool.
but yeah, man, it's exciting. We're pushing along.
Amazing. How long is the production going to be again?
20 days.
Awesome.
Yeah. But dude,
Good.
it's great seeing you, man. I hate to cut this short, but like there's like five things I have to do tonight before to keep things pushing.
I'm happy for you, man. Get to it. It's great to see you as well. Yeah, let's try to make next week happen.
All right, dude. I'll see you next
All right,
week.
brother. Sounds great.
Bye.
See you.